Yo, what's going on, guys? Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Things are going crazy. Tottenham absolutely bottled it again. You got freaking Trossard to Arsenal. You got Man City are back in this title race. They're currently 5 points behind Arsenal after winning 4-2. You have Chelsea versus Liverpool coming up. You got Arsenal versus Manchester United coming up this weekend. It's gonna be a crazy weekend. Let's get this show started. Yo, people, let's just get straight into it. What the hell did we just witness? Like, honestly, Manchester City were down 2-0 to Tottenham. In a world where you think Tottenham are up 2-0 versus Manchester City away, you think they're going to be able to hold on to it. But no, in a span of 4 minutes, they get back to equalize the game. And by the end of the game, in the 90th minute, Man City find themselves 2-0, with the 2-goal lead ahead of Tottenham. This is just new level of bottling it. Either their job was to make sure Man City won by any means necessary, and they're just making sure that this wasn't an inside job, or I just feel like Tottenham are just, this is what they are now. They concede for fun. They can't hold on to a lead, and it's just an absolute madness. And the game in itself was what it was. Like, Rakesh is not here, but Patrick, yeah, I'll start with you. What the hell is going on? How the hell did that game end in the way that it ended?
Uh,
When the goal was, when it was 2-0 to Man City, did you ever think you guys were gonna come back? Like,
nah, it's good to be honest. If you, I don't like lying. I'm not somebody who like is good at lying. It's good to be honest. I am in a lot of city groups, and a lot of people went crazy. They're like, "This is comedy." Because the thing about it is, Spurs never beat us. Like, how can I explain this? Spurs don't beat City by playing very good football. Do you understand that? What they do is they always wait and somehow City hand them the game. We just give them the game. We just give them the ball and they always end up scoring. And that's how Spurs beat us. They just sit there and City somehow have this mentality against Spurs where we give them the most silly and easy goals. And I was like, oh, not again. I was like, not this Spurs. I would take those other Spurs, but this particular one, I was like, nah, this is too much. We can't give this Spurs. But you know what? Fair play to Spurs because I think they have brought out something we haven't seen all season because City went back to the fast football, and I saw players like Miles coming back to their form, Grealish skinning people now. So basically, the team that always takes away from us has given us something today. I think now there's a bit of belief because we need a bit of belief, and I saw that the boys now woke up, which is great. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, as City fans in my group, there was FUs and some people were cursing the manager and it was bad. It was bad in the City group. People are like, oh my God, what's happening to us? Liverpool, City, and Chelsea seem to be in the same boat. But you know what? One of my friends who's an Arsenal fan, big up to you. He sent me a text. He's like, calm down. This is Spurs. They'll bottle it. I was like, there's no, he's like, they'll bottle it. This is Spurs. Just give them pressure. They'll bottle it. So, you know what? We got the debut. Some people are not going to be smiling because of this debut, but I'm smiling all night. And you know what, Spurs, thank you very much for being a team that bottles everything because your bottling might have brought us the hunger back. So, we move, Ega, we move. 5 points now, 5 points, yeah.
I gotta go straight to Rakesh. Rakesh, what the hell just happened?
You know what happened?
What?
The result papers over the cracks. This City team is not the same. And they won the game, and I tweeted, look, City are always capable of winning any game, but this game, I think to some extent has typified City season. And actually, I think this is the kind of result that tells me that City can win any game, but they can also lose any game. And they will obviously win more than they lose. But I think in my mind right now, unless Arsenal collapse or have a significant drop off from their form this season, I think Arsenal win the league now. And it sounds crazy to say that after a City victory, but City are a great team. They have been a great team, but something is not right. And don't get me wrong, they're not in the same boat as Liverpool and Chelsea. We are dead. We're in serious a different level of deadness. But
You're in Siberia. You're in Siberia.
Yeah. So we're in the fucking Antarctic. Yeah, it's a different level. But I think there are issues, and I think City will drop more points. The question is, can Arsenal hold it together? And right now, I don't see any suggestion that Arsenal are going to drop up significantly enough. They may drop up a bit.
It depends. It depends.
Their start this season has been exceptional, and they may drop off from that because I think that's maybe it's unsustainable. Who knows, right? We don't know because this is uncharted territory for Arsenal. But I don't think right now that Arsenal will drop off enough for City to catch them, because Arsenal look confident, and even though City won, there were problems there.
I can drop something which I said even after the United game. I'm not talking particularly City. I'm talking about all the teams. I'm talking about. I think I spoke to somebody say the thing about it is people think Arsenal are just going to lose one game this season or they're going to continue like this. I have a feeling we are going to see crazy stuff, because who could have expected that Crystal Palace free kick? We're going to see those crazy. That's the thing about the Prem. Even the time when we used to be on top, you know yourself, even in Liverpool, you'd be like, oh my God, red card. Oh my God, this. I just have a feeling that they might get there, but I don't think it's going to be easy as most people are thinking. It's just going to. But you know what? Big up to what I said, because people laughed at me on this same channel when I said Arsenal are top 4, and people are like, you're trolling. Because I saw Arsenal as more stable than majority of them. I even saw United top 4. If you look at my table, I think so. I think I put United in there. But I just have a feeling that even United, I'm not taking them lightly. I have a feeling that freaky stuff will happen. I just have, after even the Crystal Palace one, who thought that? I thought the game was over. I sat there, I went to the kitchen and made coffee and told my friend, congrats, United, another dub. Yeah, all the way you go. I just have a feeling.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, red cards. Or teams like Crystal Palace will never give up. I think something will happen. Let's just go for it. Who plays first between City and Arsenal on Sunday? When do you guys play? Saturday?
We play Sunday.
At 4:30 against Manchester United, and I reckon that's the game that the.
And then City play early, isn't it? City play early against Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an easy game for you, Wolves. I mean, Wolves are dead.
This point, we can look at all the fixtures and everything, but personally, let's be honest. This was match fixing or something. There has to be divine. This was something else. Rakesh,
there's no match fixing. No.
Yeah. What about United last week?
Explain to me how in the 45th plus 2 minutes, Tottenham are up 2-0. And in a span of 3 minutes, they can see 2 goals. And come the 90th minute, the final goal goes in. It's like
pull up a clip of Chiellini.
It is what it is. The history of the Tottenham. People, make sure you do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's go to Jay. Jay, are you there? Jay. Okay, Jay's not there. What are you saying, OG? What are you saying?
Yeah, I think it's the other Manchester that you have to worry about. If United somehow beat Arsenal and it's 2 points, that means the Man City game actually means something. Because if you do beat United and you do lose against City somehow, you still have a little 2-point cushion.
4.
Yes, brother. Take your. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. It's
Tottenham bottled it.
Yeah, man. It's you know what it is. It's like, honestly, I came in at half time and I was shocked. I was shocked that Spurs were winning, kind of like 2-0, definitely. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, yeah. And I was like, let me get my shit off, because I was like, Emerson, I was like, he was having a good game. I'm like, I like a defensive right wing back if you're gonna have an attacking right wing back. I feel like Spurs fans are very harsh on him. Like, he's shit. He's this. Yeah, he's not a good attacking fullback. He can't do shit. So anyway, I was like, this is good. Halftime, I thought, okay, this is all right. I didn't think City had shown much. So second half starts, and I literally sit down for the second half, and City score. Right, literally, I was just like, I sit down and City score. Right, and I said to myself, wow. I was like, why is Hugo getting involved there? Like, as in, there was no need for Hugo to get involved. And I thought, his head's gone now. Like, because up until that point, his confidence was very fragile. This guy, I don't know if many of you remember Casillas' drop-off. Like, when he just turned into like some sort of slow-motion clay monster. And I get Lloris, and I'm watching Lloris, yeah, and I'm like, what's happened to you, Donny? Like, what's happened to you?
Jay, Lloris has been regressing. Lloris has been regressing for the last 4 years.
No, there's regression, and there's what Lloris has done these last 2 games against.
Well,
Arsenal.
even the World Cup, man.
Pardon?
Even in the World Cup, don't you think he was terrible?
No, bro. I want people to understand the difference between throwing the ball into your net and like a normal clanger. Like tonight, that's moving your foot. That's just moving your foot. There's no complication to it. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, am I wrong to expect my keeper to move his foot and block that shot? So, and then Perisic as well. Like, literally, Lloris and Perisic cost us this game. Those 2 players. Like, if you put Forster and Sessegnon in that match, we probably win that game. Because Perisic, in the second half, the first thing he does, is completely switch off. Completely switch off, Mahrez has him doing the ha-cha-cha. I'm like, okay, shit. Then Hugo, like, first goal, he goes and he shouldn't go. Second goal, he stays and he should go. Like, his judgment is gone. Poof. Evaporated. Other than that, like, it was a great game,
Would you say though you owe us this? You owe us this. Would you say that you owe us this? Like, you owe this to us? Because for years we always hand the game over to you by silly mistakes. This is the first time you've acted like Spurs to City. Because against City, you don't bottle. You keep the lead and you go. Mate, you owed us this. You owed us a Spurs moment.
This was like, I said to myself, if we don't make mistakes, we can win this game. I said, don't make mistakes and we win this game. And there's a difference in the kind of mistakes you can make. Like, obviously, people will be like the Rodri mistake, Edison, and I was like, that's good pressing by Bentancur to force the mistake.
And that's also risky by Edison, knowing that somebody's coming. Yeah,
exactly. But on the other hand, you have like a Lloris mistake where it's like, that's like, and also as well, Perisic has to score.
Wait, that was near post again, isn't it? That was near post for Lloris for the second time.
It's like Perisic has to score. He has the whole goal to aim at. Like, Rico did well to block it, but he hit Rico. Like,
that kid, man. That kid, I'm starting to get impressed. That kid, man. These are 4 games against big teams. Yeah. Wow, that kid. Yeah.
Well, all I'm gonna say is like, obviously it's a horrific loss for Spurs. Conte looked really sad, and this is the thing, like for me personally,
Conte out.
No, I don't want Conte out. I say, how can you want Conte out when you watch those players do that? Like you can't even judge him when players are doing things like that out there. But I will say that he's like, Vialli died, Mihailovic died, and Ventrone died. So I'm like, he's had 3 very close people to him in recent time. That our fitness coach died as well. He died after match week 3. Do you know what I mean? And it's like that's a lot for a manager to go through. Like, he's and his family live in Italy. It's a lot. So I'm looking at him, and it's like the motivation and energy that he might need in this moment. I don't even begrudge him. I don't even begrudge us not seeing it in him. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's not motivated to turn it around. I don't think he's not motivated. But I think there's a certain acceptance where when Pep came in, he didn't change his style of play, you know, with the players that he had. When Klopp came in, he didn't change his style of play, you know, he just played it. So for me, it's a case of it's difficult for Spurs at the moment because we're in a slide. There's no commitment from the manager long term at the moment. The fan base is very up in arms. So for me, I like to be quite level-headed. It's a very disappointing result. You can't look at the players and the performance they put in today and the mistakes that the players make and think that they're going to be able to consistently play to a high level to make top four. In my opinion, looking at that performance today, it's difficult for Spurs at the moment. But I think
writing off top four completely.
No, I'm not writing it off, but I'm saying that I would be surprised if we make top four because the mistakes that I'm seeing consistently from the players, we can't replace enough of the players in the we've got. Okay. Do you know what I mean? And even look at like Chelsea, like I've clowned Chelsea and that, but when these injuries, as soon as Chelsea get Reece James back, they're a 7 out of 10 side, more or less. Reece James is the difference between them being decent / good and then being able to lose shitty games. Like, so he's back. Kante back soon. They bought some players in. So
João Felix,
Chelsea definitely can put something together. And I'm not like at the moment we need a win. This would have been a great win, but like now it's Fulham away. I don't think Fulham are as good as their results maybe show. Like as in when I watch them in game, they're a good side, but they're very beatable.
Fulham away is a problem for you guys.
It's a very listen, it's a tough game, but you have to win that game.
Before we get into Fulham, let's just stay on this for a second. Sorry. City. Guys, when did Mahrez become this superstar?
Nah, but he's been doing that for all season. You know, he's been one of their best players.
He's been good all season. Yeah, he's carried a few games. He's carried a few games.
Him and Ake are very underrated, and it's very sad that obviously KDBs, Haaland always get the props, but Mahrez has been carrying them all season. And do you know what? The one thing I like about Mahrez is he doesn't stop. He keeps going and going, even if it doesn't work off what he does. He keeps going and going and going. And today you saw it. I think he got 2 goals, 1 assist. He even crossed the ball for the Alvarez goal that came back out. He dropped a clinic when they needed him most. And I think he has to stay on the wing at least for the remainder of the season. So props to him.
And also,
let's not forget, Mahrez is the Premier League Player of the Year. So he's got it in his locker. It's just obviously his role at City has changed, but if you just look at him in that season when Leicester won the league, Mahrez was incredible. He was so good. It's just, City's, to some extent, City system takes the light off individual players and shines the light on the team collectively. But he's a great player.
What did you guys think about the fact that they played with Haaland and Alvarez together?
Everybody has been screaming for that, like every City fan, everyone, because what happens in our team is this. Jesus was important. People don't get it. Gabriel Jesus was very important to this team because when things are not going well, Jesus would come on and do something like he would start pressing and he would make the other people look great because he would carry the load for certain players. Let me be honest with you. People don't understand. De Bruyne has moments as a footballer. He has moments. But when there's a counter, De Bruyne and Gundogan, especially De Bruyne and Gundogan, sometimes they get countered easily. And Jesus and people like Raheem would track back and help sometimes. So bringing Alvarez's energy, I think today, if he gets dropped in the next game, people question Pep. Because even the announcer was like, this is the energy that's been missing. So look, Alvarez looks like a baller. And I think he helped Haaland because most of the games Haaland was alone, but Alvarez was helping. But just to speak on Riyad Mahrez, it's just, I think Mahrez also has those situations where sometimes he doesn't bother at all. And what I have noticed is most of our players, even Gundogan today showed up. It comes back again to De Bruyne. I'm not saying De Bruyne is bad. I've noticed when there's De Bruyne, it's De Bruyne's team, give him the ball. He would do something incredible. But somehow it seems like every time De Bruyne gets dropped or De Bruyne maybe steps back a while or is injured, some of these players just step up and say, I'll take this. Even Mahrez in the other game There was no Gundogan, there was no Bernardo Silva. It was just him, Ford and Grealish in the Chelsea 4-0. He took the whole game in his hands. But somehow, as soon as De Bruyne, as the biggest star, steps on, all of them just go back to their shell and say, there is the ball you create. So I don't know. But you know what, Bozy, sorry for saying this, but...
Maybe it's the galvanizing thing about having everyone picking up the pieces for De Bruyne being missing. But when he's on the pitch, you're right. They might actually be like holding back a little bit of how good they are to let him.
They give him the ball. It's not to let him shine. I don't know if anybody has seen. They give him the ball because he's the creator. So they sort of say, look, you see Mahrez, instead of going 1v1, he will look for De Bruyne, give it to De Bruyne. Rodri will look for De Bruyne, give it to De Bruyne. Rodri sometimes takes on the role himself and he passes it frontwards. But all these guys are capable. Even Jack today, look at Jack. Jack has been balling for the past few games. Yes, he hasn't assisted much, but Jack has also been coming out of his shell, and him and Mahrez actually looking like a partnership. And those are the two players City fans were saying they're tired of seeing. Those are the ones that are in form. You know what? Big up to Pep today, because De Bruyne has been stinking up the place. So has Bernardo Silva and a few senior players, big guns. He's dropped them. He dropped them. And I know, as much as Jay says it was their mistakes, it was also our mistakes to concede too. But I just feel like, regardless, City just stepped it up a bit, because that's the first time I've seen City play fast football. It was fast for a minute, where it was fast and Spurs couldn't handle it. So hopefully, as I say, I hope this is a spark and all of them sit down and say, you know what, guys, we were rubbish in the first half to concede within 4 minutes. Let's step it up, and then maybe we can see a better City. Because some City fans, Zigal, have been saying, oh, maybe we're keeping our good football for the UCL. No, my guy, you don't just turn up in the UCL and look good. We can get pumped. There's bigger teams in the UCL that will pump us for doing that.
Okay, let's talk about
the whole idea behind we'll focus on this. Like Liverpool fans are saying, okay, we're not going to get top 4 now or leagues, but let's just focus on Champions League. You can't just focus on it. Liverpool have been as bad as we are because right now we're playing that badly, and just because it changes to the UCL doesn't make... Okay, you can turn up for a day and, shit can happen and Anfield and the lights and all that kind of stuff. That's possible. But you can't just flick it on and off and say, right, now we're going to be good.
Yeah, especially with this form of both of our teams in some games will look bad. Though we'll get ripped apart by Bayern and Madrid with...
City aren't like a competent team wins tonight. Like, do you know what I mean? A team that doesn't like. And can we just talk about that Longley special at the end? Because I've been quite neutral on Longley. Like me, I was like, oh, Clement Longley, Conte tax. I was like, Conte tax plus Longley. Let's run it back. Seville days, run it back. Well, that was fucking dreadful, wasn't it? Like, and it's just like, it's like everyone.
Do you know what's funny about your team? Do you know what's funny about your team, though? This is what I've noticed. This is why I think we ended up coming back. What I've noticed about Spurs is when you give them a chance to shine, they have players to hurt you. But as soon as you just press them a bit, like when I saw your team was just pressed, when City just came back and pressed you a bit, that's it. It was done. And I saw players running back again.
You're right with the pressing. It's not just the pressing. It's the first give the ball away or two. You feel the energy and the confidence drain out of certain players, and then they stop doing what they were doing. Like you saw, Spurs are capable of passing through the press, but they were not even. It was a great example was the Sessegnon move. He had a nice little move, give, go, pass, and gave the ball away for what? Like why? What are you doing? And it's honestly that's what it's like when I watch Spurs. I'll watch Spurs and I'll be like, what are you doing? You have no idea how often in a game watching Spurs, I say, what are you doing? As in maybe 12 to 15 times. Do you know how crazy it is to be a Champions League side and be watching your team and be like, what are you doing? Even Lloris, and I don't want to talk too much about Lloris because I thought this was a game where 6.5/7 out of 10 plus City's mistakes was enough. Like, as in, if these players had all played 7 out of 10 tonight, and Lloris and Perisic play 7 out of 10, Spurs win this game. And that's for me. City have got to be very careful, because even in this game, they've got a lot. Like Arsenal, like me personally, I will be surprised if City can beat Arsenal once. And the reason I'm saying that is because Arsenal's intensity is a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot. So the way City are playing at the moment, they're a little lackadaisical. Like, even against United, little lackadaisical. Not sure whether City they are capable of putting together 90 minutes of intensity. We have not seen it that much this season, but you cannot doubt City's ability to do it. At this present moment in time, though, when Champions League comes back as well, it's going to be very interesting. And I just wonder how that's going to affect City going into those games. But I don't know why I'm talking about other teams' problems. I've got more problems than I kept. My plate is overwhelmed with problems.
Do you know what? We're lucky though. We're lucky though.
Let me just stop everyone there. Simply put, we're going to end this portion of the show where we're talking about the City Tottenham game. But before we do that, I'm just going to ask everyone one question. Dammy, what does Conte last the season? And Manchester City, is this where they click into gear and they go turbo mode? Now they
I think this is where City click into gear, but Pep's got to stop with this. What's his face? The right back. What's his name again? Is it Lewis? Lewis at centre mid. Yeah. He's a good right back. He needs to play right back or be on the bench. He shouldn't be at left centre mid. He's got to stop playing Ake at left wing back, because he's actually their best defender at centre back. So put him there. He's got to start playing in the right positions. And Alvarez at cam. To be fair, he had a good game, but play him either on the left or change formation, have him right next to Haaland. Because this whole scattergun approach where he's just playing players everywhere and just saying play isn't even going to work. And as for, what was the other question you asked? But Conte, he might last season, but he'll walk, because this shit stinks, and he doesn't want to be.
All he has is the fact that he calls himself a serial winner at this point.
Yeah. But then, and so maybe he wants trying to hold on to the FA Cup, because then if he wins the FA Cup, he will 100% leave. But who knows?
Okay, Rakesh, same question. City, is this where they click into gear? And Tottenham, what happens with Antonio Conte?
Tottenham, I don't know. I just don't know. City could improve, but I think Arsenal will win the league.
Okay, fair enough. And then
and that's the first time I've kind of said it out loud in public. I think Arsenal win the league now.
Okay, fair.
Well, you've been clipped.
Okay, what are you saying?
Clip.
OG, you're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I think Conte's leaving soon, man. Conte's not staying there. This guy's a serial winner. He's already murmuring about missing Italy. And the Man City always, I was saying it earlier, Man City always pull into gear at this time of the season.
Okay, fair enough. And then Patrick, does City go on to win the league? What are you saying?
Yeah, there's one thing people are missing, and it's something incredible. If you looked at our bench, guess who's back? Ruben Diaz, John Stones, all of them are back. Laporte. So the whole defense is back. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Akanji, because he's been having moments where he's sleeping a bit. So having Diaz, who's the leader, and I think that's what he was brought for, to shout at the defense, because a lot of generals says when those issues, Pep goes to Diaz and says, sort it out. So I think that's going to be good. Phillips is back in full form, according to reports. So I think City will do it. I think this is a spark, because to be honest with you, the City that has been playing this season could have just left Spurs to win that game, because we've done it with Brentford. In Brentford, we just stood there and just allowed Brentford to do whatever they did, and they walked away.
Patrick, don't get overly gassed, because
I am.
No, what I'm saying is that
with Spurs,
if Spurs,
we've beaten you once in 5 games. Once in 5 games, Spurs, the same Spurs.
But no, what I'm saying is that in that second half, Spurs just needed to withhold that first 10 minutes.
Who's City's bogey team? Isn't it Spurs? It's Spurs. You guys come and dance on that.
But this win for you should feel like it shouldn't even count. It's a
Oh, it's
rivalry.
lovely. Oh, I
You know
love
what?
it. This one.
It is what it is. At this moment in time, a lot of Tottenham fans are celebrating the fact that they lost. Only person who's showing the standards is Jay. Big up to Jay. Moving on to the next game, everyone. Let's just do the City and Tottenham's next games just while we're here. I'm going to go around to the room. Let me know your score predictions for Man City Wolves and Tottenham Fulham while we are here. I'm just gonna start off with.
Is it home or away? Home or away? Is it home
City
or
are
away?
at home versus Wolves, and Fulham are at home versus Tottenham. So, what's your score prediction, Patrick?
I see 3-1 with Adama's with Adama's thing. Adama always dunks one, so I see 3-1. To be honest.
3-1. Okay. What about yourself, Rakesh?
Having said what I said, that you can't trust City to win any game, you can trust them to beat Wolves because Wolves are fucking terrible. So yeah, City are going to smash them 3-0, and Fulham having a good season. I can see them winning 1-0.
Okay. What about yourself, Patrick? You didn't say the Fulham Tottenham score. Say that quickly.
Fulham versus Tottenham. Tottenham are going to Fulham.
Yeah.
I see it as a draw. I see a 2-2 draw. I still think Spurs will score. Then maybe Fulham will come back with a 2-2 draw. I think it's a 2-2.
You stole my scoreline. I'll just say 2-2. Willian to score as well. But as for the City game, come on, man. Wolves are just terrible, man. They've had one good game. It was in the FA Cup, first leg to Liverpool. They got unlucky.
People in the chat, let me know what you guys are saying. City, Wolves, Tottenham, Fulham. Dammy, what are you saying?
I think. Wait, where is Tottenham Fulham? Sorry,
it's right there on the screen.
Craven Cottage.
Oh, it's Craven Cottage. They aren't collecting 3 points. It's a weird one because if they don't collect it here, they have to collect it at some point, which might be Man City at some point. But I think maybe a draw, and I think Man City are going to batter Wolves. I think this is where their run starts.
Fulham 3 points. Jay, are you predicting for you guys to bounce back versus Fulham?
Yeah, no, of course. You know me. Like, I'm never gonna even going into this game. Like, Fulham are in a good moment, and we're not in a good moment. So, I mean, on a basic point of view, it's like we should score. We're still capable of creating goals. We're still good on the transition. We can still Kulusevski's coming back into the team. He's a threat. He's creating. He's scoring. Bentancur, first game back, he'll help the balance of the team. So I think, obviously we're going to concede. That goes without saying. But yeah, I think Spurs, it's probably going to be a draw, but I have to back the lads. So I'm going to go 3-2 Spurs. Okay. And City Wolves, I think Wolves have been tidy. No cutting edge though, but they've just backed that Sarabia. So it'd be interesting to see how he settles in, but City should have him, 2-0.
I'm just going to say one more thing. Alan was on the channel saying Son out. Are you there yet?
No, the thing with Son is that, I don't know how compatible he is with Perisic. I don't know how much the lack of... When you have a team that plays 3-4-3, just as an FYI, in my opinion, that the control of a game, you very rarely have the control in the midfield. So... When you are looking to your forwards, if you just play the ball over the top, unless that ball is very precise, it's coming straight back. So you're basically asking someone like Son to be involved in the build-up play, to link up the play, to help the team get up the pitch. And that's not what he's good at. It would be the equivalent of almost asking Vardy to be, trying to play like Kane, or Kane to play like Vardy. You're forcing him to do things, and now what's happened is that he's spending a lot of energy and work in areas that are not beneficial to the team. It's like if somebody said to Kane, "Oh, you're dropping too deep." For Son's style of play and who he is as a player and what he does, he should be last line, running through on the defender's shoulder. How often this season have you seen Son in the inside left, dropping deep, trying to link the ball, trying to connect play? He's just being used wrong at the moment, in my opinion. And
Fair enough. We're gonna move on from here now to the Arsenal and Manchester United game. But before we move on to the Arsenal Manchester United game, I'm just gonna tell everyone in the chat: do please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know who do you think is gonna win the Arsenal Man United game. Guys, Casimero is out. Dammy, Arsenal have signed Leandro Trossard, and
No,
at
you
this moment in time, the title race for Manchester United lasted only 24 hours. How are you feeling?
First and foremost, the title race was never on. Only casual football fans who just got bored would sit there and say we're in a title race. We're not that good, I'll be real with you. We've got like what, 6 players that should be starting a title race winning team. So don't listen to that rubbish. Yeah, it was a bit mad. I can't.
Got help by the ref. Got help by the ref.
What ref? What ref?
Oh, sorry. Can I just say Conte's dropping? Conte's press conference is coming out now, and he's dropping dimes. Conte said, first of all, he said, "This is the first time in my career my team has conceded so many goals." Yeah. Conte said, "You can't buy experience." Well, you can buy experience. Yeah. Conte said, if I demanded
that guy is becoming a crybaby.
That's a bar. You can't buy experience. Hold on, you can buy experience.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And the piece de resistance, Conte. If I demanded the same level as at Juventus and Inter, it could be dangerous here, as my frustration could be very, very big. I want to my vision, my idea. Whew.
Wow. Killing them softly.
Conte and Spurs was always a toxic relationship.
Nah, this is ground zero for fucking Enoch and Levy. This is a world-class manager at your club. You've just seen what happened tonight. A world-class manager is calling the board out, saying, I've never had to work under these conditions. The fans shouldn't expect me to work under these conditions. It's like getting Gordon Ramsay and putting him in Burger King. You're fucking about, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, get him some fucking nice meat. Get him some fucking coriander. I don't know. I'm not a cook.
Get him some Wagyu beef. Not this fucking
some Wagyu.
This is when you need to mention the Michelin stars like Faz.
That's what I'm saying. Where's Salt Bay? I want Salt Bay as an assistant, just like that.
You know what? I like that reference.
Sorry, back to sorry, it was just breaking news, but sorry, go.
You know what? You can't buy experience. Well, you can. It is what it is. Listen, at this moment in time, there's enough headlines for Antonio Conte to build his own TV show. But let's get back into the Man United Arsenal game. Dammy, did you want to continue where you left off?
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, we're not in the title race. It was a bit embarrassing though that we're having a mid-off with Crystal Palace and he didn't get a second goal. There's no referee excuses there. People are talking about a penalty, like, allow it. We needed a second goal when we should have got one. We didn't get one, and then they went and scored a banging free kick in the last minutes, and we drew. It's embarrassing, but it is what it is. As for the Casemiro one, you knew it was coming because the way that we kept giving the ball out from the back, you just knew that all it takes is for him to be one-on-one. And the thing is, if you know Casemiro, it's his instinct. He's been doing this his whole career, so he's not going to change it for Palace away or because he's playing Arsenal next. He's going to slide tackle him, which he did. And unfortunately, we have to play McFred away from home against Arsenal. That is going to absolutely stink. And my only hope is that Arsenal don't beat us 8-2 like we did to them, because they're going to come and try kill us. That's my only hope.
You know what?
That's my only hope.
You paid 60 million for experience, and he has 0 goals in the Premier League in Richarlison.
What are you talking about?
All right, bro. Listen,
Anyways,
0 goals, you know. 0 goals, you know. That's our transfer budget, gal. 0 goals, you know. Like that's our entire. We ain't got money, bro. We ain't got money like Chelsea, you know. That money that's our fucking daughter's college fund that we spent on Richarlison, bro.
Yo, let me tell you something. It's so peak for that Trossard was supposed to be your signing. Now he's going to Arsenal, and he could be ready to go versus Manchester United. Damn, Arsenal went from going to for Modric to now signing Trossard, and he can make his debut versus United.
No, you haven't signed him. You haven't bought him. You haven't bought him yet.
Bro, the deal's done.
You haven't done them. There's no. Show me where it says it's done. He's done it.
Bruv, we're not going to rob them, fam. We're not hijacking this one. It's done.
What are you talking about?
So what I mean by that is you need to get everything done by 12 p.m. by 12 p.m. tomorrow. If you don't, he's not playing. That's it.
No. I get that.
Yeah, so I don't mean hijacking.
I think it's done. A lot of journalists say it's done.
What I'm saying is Trossard is done. And if you guys don't know,
I know he's going to, but I'm saying to play versus us, it needs to be done by 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, and just to let you guys know, if I'm not mistaken, Trossard was one of your main transfer targets at Tottenham. So this is like a big blow to you guys too.
I wouldn't go as far. I wouldn't steady, gal. Steady. not every day Arsenal get one over Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Like there's that forcing it a bit, forcing it. No, Trossard. I had the argument with somebody when I thought we were getting Trossard, and I said, who's to say that Trossard, real time, immediately doesn't have a better impact than Modric? That was my argument at the time. I was like, who says that Modric is the better player definitively right now? So obviously now that you've signed Trossard, that argument no longer exists.
1 second, Jay. 1 second.
Get that argument. Done.
1 second,
Get out of here.
Listen to this.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Right. Ludicrous.
Okay. So this is what was said by you. 1 second.
What are
you doing about it?
What are you going to do? I said, we're signing Trossard. What's to say that the player Trossard? Okay.
Well, so you
clearly
hear it there. You said
that's my intellectual property, gal. That's what. Do you know what I mean?
You clearly said we're signing Trossard.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I wasn't going to do you dirty. You were making the point. You were making the point that Modric and Trossard at this moment in time is not proven that Modric is better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking essentially, and I think it's a good signing for Arsenal. For me, it's like he suited Spurs more than Arsenal because Spurs don't have a player like that on the left. But when Arsenal have,
I agree with that,
a Smith Rowe and they have Martinelli, it's almost like. But I think he can play false nine. I think he can maybe play off the right. Maybe Saka can rest. So in that point of view, he's a good versatile signing. I mean, it could be. Yeah, I think it falls very much in the good signing pile. Slightly different profile for Arsenal, which shows that they're willing to be creative, which I think is interesting. That they're not just rigid; they're sticking to that 25 and under, 26 and under demographic. So. Yeah, I think it's a good signing. Arsenal fans will be impressed when they watch him play. He's the last player since Arshavin to score a hat-trick at Liverpool. So he's in good company, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
He's good, bro.
I'm happy with Trossard at this point because we wanted a signing, and it got to a point where I felt demoralized after yesterday listening to some of the rumors about Moussa Diaby because I knew for a fact there's no way in hell we're dropping that type of money on Moussa Diaby, and Sky Sports are starting to become one of the most unrealistic rumor people when it comes to transfers. Everything they talk about is bullshit at this point. But Trossard coming into Arsenal, I'm happy with it.
It's a good comeback for you, Egal. It's a good comeback because I just saw the reports. Because I'm pretty sure you were reading that Chelsea did not offer more than you. They just dunked on you. So this is a good comeback. So you know what's gonna be better, Egal? If this Trossard performs better than Modric, that's another W for you guys. Because it came out that I personally thought Chelsea offered too much. It came out they just spoke to him, and the president for Shaka, I don't like him. He seems like he's a crook because he says you guys annoyed the hell out of him. So I don't know what he meant by that in his interview. But anyway,
we know.
Well, it feels, but do you not feel like that Romano now? It's like I just feel like he is. It seems like he's on commission for some of these players because it's honestly. But the thing as well with Romano is this motherfucker is an incredible scout. Like, as in, if you've ever looked at the players that he said, "Oh, this player is really good," or "really good talent," also he normally drops a little word in or two. Yeah, this guy knows so many deals. He knows so many agents. He knows so many people that when he's saying a talent is a top talent, like he was saying the same thing about Kvara, Napoli. He was last summer. He was like, "Oh, even when no one knew who he was, he's like, this guy's a real talent." So I was just, even when it was Saliba, when Arsenal was signing Saliba, he was saying, "Oh yeah, Saliba, he's a big talent." Blah blah blah. So I'm just looking at this for Arsenal. Like, have they got? Is that the squad of forwards they've got, or have they got something? Have they got something cooking in the summer in those attacking positions?
So far, let's be honest. What we got right now looks good. We got Saliba. Sorry, not Saliba. In the attack, we have Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, Saka, Trossard, Gabriel Martinelli, Emil Smith Rowe, and then you can go down to Reece Nelson afterwards and Marquinhos. You know what I mean? So we got like 7 attackers, and let's be honest, 2 of them don't even count towards like what I really would count as squad depth. So 6 players each we have 2 players in each position. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that at this point, and I feel like that's exactly what we're looking for. Now, moving on from there, before we go any further on the Trossard thing, I'm just gonna ask everyone: 21 million. This Rakesh. Yeah, I feel like you guys did similar move with Shaqiri. Do you feel like this is a Shaqiri type move, or do you feel like this is more similar to Jota type move in the player?
It reminds me very much of the Jota transfer. Jota was doing. Obviously, Jota was a fair amount younger. I think Jota was 23 when he came. I think Trossard's just turned 28, so a bit different. To be fair, we also paid more money. I think the Jota deal was £37 million or something like that, so a few million more. Or at least that's the overall deal. Look, Trossard, he's a decent goal scorer. He's an intelligent player. He can play centrally or can come in off the left. I think his movement's good. His finishing's good. As a backup, I think he's a solid acquisition. So yeah, good addition to Arsenal. Like I said, as long as Arsenal don't drop off significantly, I think Arsenal can win the league. And having a player like Trossard come in can help with alleviating the possibility of that drop off, because he's the guy that can start some games. He can come off the bench and make an impact, and you may need that. You probably will need that before now and the end of the season. So yeah, good signing. I think he'll do okay. And look, ultimately he doesn't have to be as good. You're buying him for somewhere between 21 and 27 million or whatever. He doesn't have to be as good as Mudryk, because Mudryk is a whole different level of expenditure.
Yeah, Mudryk and him had different contracts. He had like 5 months left. He had like 3 years left.
I'm just going to say this
exactly. So the scenario is very different. So he just has to do what he's been doing so far, and it'll be a decent signing for us.
He will. Like, I guarantee he's going to outperform Mudryk, and then everyone's going to be like, it's so predictable that the banter won't even hurt. Like, he's already above him in GNA in the Premier League, of course.
It's so set up, isn't it? It's so set up for that. It's very set up.
It's so predictable, it won't even hurt. Like, them ones. But as I said, let's see how it goes, man. Hopefully, he don't get injured, because Gabriel, apparently he's been extended. No, they say another 2-3 weeks. Make sure he's 100% fit. Gabriel
Jesus is going to be back by February 15th. They're saying.
We'll see.
Right now, the City game. But let me just say this quickly. Fabrizio Romano, I don't want. Based on the fact that I would want to work with him one day, or like at least be on the same stream as him. I'm never going to say anything bad about him. But a lot of the Arsenal fans are really going crazy. They were really going crazy. So I feel like this was a situation where he reached out to people he knows in high places to try to get a solid, like the exclusive that he got on Trossard. In no world does he get that exclusive. How he got that story first is a rarity, because on Arsenal, he doesn't really have connections like that at Brighton. He doesn't really have, or does he? I don't know. He was one of the first people to talk
I think the thing with Romano is
let me just land. My main point is, I feel like based on the fact that his bridge was so burnt with Arsenal fans, he needed to do whatever he had to do to a little bit of fixed damage control to his reputation. Because the way that the Mudryk deal went down, he was done. Like, Arsenal fans didn't even want to speak to him. There was people there was people who were berating him for weeks. They were it was embarrassing from the Arsenal fan base what we were doing. Some of the people were doing, but like he literally cares what people think about him to the point where he's responding to some of the biggest Arsenal troll accounts like Wellbeast about stupidness, and it's mental.
He does that though. He was attacked for Sanchez at City, and he went at the point where he made a video because he was the one. Like he told somebody
for
who was the
Cucurella as
City
well.
player. So Sam went after him, went after Fab went after Jose, and they were all fighting. And then he went to make a video. He does that. It's just that I've noticed that it hurts him. But to be honest with you, it would hurt me too. If I was that good, giving you all this information, and you turn on me just like that, I think it hurts him a lot. You're right. It takes it personal. And I saw some of the Arsenal fans, the comments were making about Ukraine. That was extreme. Now that was another level.
You know what? This is why football fans are so fucking ridiculously crazy about stuff. Like some of the stuff we say because we don't like what someone says about an incoming transfer or transfer not happening or club not being taken. It's wild. It's embarrassing on a human level, not even on a footballing level. It's on a human level. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my God. And people saying Modric is not smiling. Like, who gives a shit if he's not smiling? The guy he just found out that Shakhtar got bombed, and you think he's gonna be smiling up and down, living his best life when
the thing is that you're talking about a moment that's a fraction of a second where someone's put like, if you want to extrapolate that out and call that's his entire mood about the whole situation. When some of the stuff that's come up about the fact that Chelsea took a long time to convince him, they explained the project to him, all that kind of stuff. Like Chelsea, I actually think that with the recruitment that Chelsea have done behind the scenes in terms of director of football and the recruitment team and stuff they brought in and all this, I think they're moving in the right direction. And I can understand why a player would look at that and think, you know what, they may not be great right now, but they've got a plan. At the very least, they've got a plan. And Arsenal,
a big club,
but yeah.
We're going to get to Chelsea, Liverpool in a second, but let's get back to Man United, Arsenal. Guys, I celebrated. You want to know why? Dami spoke about it earlier. Casemiro's yellow card. I'm not going to lie to you. I spoke it into existence. Everyone knew he was going to pick up a yellow card, and everyone knew it was against Zaha he was going to pick up that yellow card. Before the game, I was dancing like Drake. Before the game, Damien, I was dancing like Drake, no such movements, and I was saying, Zaha, can you do something for me?
Wait. Let me ask you a question. Simple question. Do you think we have no chance? I think we do.
Wallahi, brother, I can never say anyone doesn't have a chance. That's the reality. But
you beat them without Casemiro last time. You beat them without Casemiro.
But what I can tell you right now, you played us without Partey, and now we get to play you without your best midfielder.
Okay, so
I genuinely do believe at our house, you guys are holding 3-0 easy. And I'm going there. I'm trying to go to the game. If I go to the game and I step 1 foot in the Emirates, you're finished. Record this. Save this right now. We are slapping you.
Okay. And get me tickets, and I'll run on that pitch when we win.
Watch out for the train strike.
Igal, right on camera, you've said 3-0. Right on
we're
camera.
Slapping them. When I say we're slapping them, we are slapping them. Humiliation levels. They think they're on the same level as us. They are going to find a rude awakening. You're lucky that you have an excuse that Casemiro is not playing. Casemiro is not playing. You can hold that excuse. I'm going to allow you to hold on to that excuse because at the end of the day, when Thomas Partey is missing, we understand how much of a blow he is. And I understand how much of a blow Casemiro is. Hence why your own fans were upset. Hence why our fans are celebrating the fact that one of your best midfielders are out.
Casemiro wasn't good, by the way. And now all of a sudden I'm seeing Arsenal fans celebrating. Listen, interesting conversation.
No. Stop. Don't be stupid. We're football men. We know when people are being silly, and we know when people are being serious.
Wait. But then, okay, you're saying he's not on pissed. I've heard he can't talk party, this, that. So why are we happy? That surely he should just be another player that we're
Why
missing.
are you upset?
No,
Why are your fans having meltdowns?
Hold on. I said you lot. I didn't say United fans. I said you lot, Arsenal fans. You are the ones that don't rate him, not us. We rate him.
No. Stop. there's stupidity, and then there's blind people. Like, let's be honest. You can say somebody is not better than this person, but at the same time acknowledge how good they are in their team. If Casemiro is compared to another midfielder, doesn't mean you can't have an opinion that Casemiro is not better than that player. But at the same time, acknowledge. You can acknowledge how good that player is in your system. That is the reality. And everyone's just acknowledging that if Casemiro's not there, you're going to be coming to the Emirates with one of McFred. And if you come to Emirates with one of McFred, you're not going to be able to control a midfield with McFred.
Both. Not one, both.
Okay, if you play both of them, who's not? It just suits us even better. I just personally think you already could. We're going to struggle to control the midfield with Casemiro there. Without him there, you might as well forget about trying to control the midfield and just try to
control what. We were never coming there to think about controlling any. We're just going to hit you on the counter, which is what we're going to do anyway. So we're going to play McFred, probably Ericsson as a free, Bruno as like the fourth midfielder, Weghorst or Martial, and Rashford up to. I can tell you that for free. If we do anything other than that, I'll be very surprised. There you go. There's an exclusive coming to you. That's all I like.
What does it say? Eagle's passion is slipping through. What?
Your passion. You're showing your passion. You're trying to hide it, but it's coming through.
I don't get it.
Where is that Premier League thing you put on me? We have to put it on you right now. The Premier League thing. It's all
the crown.
Yeah, it's yours now. Yeah, it's yours now.
No. We haven't won the league yet. Once we win the league.
Do you know what? This man gave out to me, Jay, when I refused it the beginning of the season. I said, no, there's something not right with this team. They said, no, just take it. I knew there was something. But anyway, let's see though. But it got 3-0 to Man United on camera. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big one, bro.
Listen,
your juju better be strong.
You have me on Twitter. You can timestamp it. Do whatever you want to do. You can actually record that. I don't care. If I go to the game on Sunday, I'm telling you right now, I step 1 foot into the Emirates, we're winning 3-0. Even if I don't go, I still believe we're gonna win. It just might not be as convincing. I've gone to the level, guys. I've gone to the level where I've taken all Man United players out of my fantasy team. I'm captaining Martin Odegaard. He's scoring against you.
Wow.
Xhaka is scoring against you.
Wow.
And De Gea is going to be the worst player on the pitch that day. We're going to utterly embarrass De Gea.
We're going to catch this guy like a rat on the highway. Don't worry, we're going to get this glitch.
Listen, you're not. 1 second, I'll tell you right now. You're not leaving the Emirates with anything.
We're not even going to go.
You're not leaving the Emirates with anything. You're coming to the Emirates leaving with nothing.
Jeez, not even a draw.
Forget about a draw. Forget about a goal.
Wow.
If you try to come, if you play Luke Shaw at center back against Arsenal,
are we getting a corner? Are we getting a free kick?
Just understand, you're already down 1-0. Granit Xhaka already scored.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's that deep.
1-0. They're already down 1-0. You know how we thought we were always down 1-0 with Harry Kane? Same thing.
Jeez, mental.
You know what it is? It's simple.
Akish, do you hear this? Akish, even Liverpool and City in our times, we never had this confidence. You hear that? He says we'll enter the Emirates 1-0 already. They're just 1-0 right now. Wow.
We have spent the last 20-something years absolutely slapping these lot. We have put their worst defeat in Premier League history on their head. This is the one moment where, in my opinion, I agree with them. They have to make us pay everything we've done to them. So you best do it. You best slap us. If you don't, you're going to hear from me. I will be then you have to make sure you slap us. I don't
just like someone once said in the past, best believe, rude boy, I'm forever ready. Let's get it. Anyway, let's get it. Rakesh, score predictions. What are you saying?
Arsenal win 1-0.
Arsenal win 1-0. That's it. Okay. What about you? What about you, my guy? CFC OG.
Yeah, bro. I think it's gonna be a draw, fam.
What makes you think it's a draw? Explain.
Because last time you guys were like,
I'm actually offended.
Last time when you played them, it wasn't because you were missing party. They kind of just knew how to play against you, man. I don't want to say they got your number, but I feel like, bro, you guys are gonna draw against them, and you're gonna give Man City that little bit of hope. What was that 4-point difference if you draw?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Jay, what you
3,
saying?
I think so. 3 if we win.
Jay, what you saying?
What's the score? What's the score we're predicting? Sorry, I missed it.
Arsenal and United.
Wonder whether Sancho will be back this weekend.
Yeah, he's back in training, but I don't think he'll play.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I think United should. You know what? I don't know. I just don't know if I'm putting too much stock in the Casemiro missing. I know he's a very important player, but I don't know if I'm putting. I don't know whether I can say United. Like, Martial's a big player for them too. If there's no Casemiro and no Martial, it could be a long day. But if they had Martial, and then they rock up there, I think they could. I think it'll be a harder game than people are anticipating.
Eddie Nketiah is better than Martial right now.
I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go with a draw. I think maybe
the whole bottom line is draw.
United could do something, or they could play quite well. But yeah, no, draw for me.
I respect your opinion, but Eddie Nketiah is better than Martial right now. Martial is not. Really
I'm not doubting that. But what I'm saying for how United play, they need a player that can get the ball, drop deep, link the play, let Rashford run in behind. So it will help them more if they have a Martial playing than otherwise.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Jahid Ali. Who's Arsenal gonna sign next? I have no idea. We could sign a right back. I don't know if we're gonna sign anybody else. We're linked to a midfielder, but Declan Rice is linked for the summer, not now. Dami, what's your score prediction? I said 3-0. What are you saying?
Realistically, it's not looking good. So yeah, that is my actual score prediction, but I can't sit here and say we're gonna lose to you lot just because I will never ever concede that. So I'm just gonna be positive and say we're gonna draw 1-1.
Okay, fair enough. Now moving over to Liverpool and Chelsea.
Oh, what about me? You skipped me, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about Patrick. Forget about Patrick. He's not
Patrick,
here.
You're going Man United.
Nah. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be paid back. I think Arteta is gonna learn his lesson not to bring the line higher again. But if you do that, obviously it's easy for United. But I think you're gonna beat them. I think it's gonna be 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
Wow.
So today. Check Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Another player incoming. What? When did he
To Chelsea? Another player incoming to Chelsea.
I'm telling you guys, Fabrizio Romano is trying to get on the good books with the Arsenal fan base, because when he loses faith from a fan base, he actually tries his best to get that faith back. I'm not even surprised if he pays journalists to say, "Let me take your exclusive." Like, he'll pay an exorbitant amount of money for exclusives just to get back in the good books with certain fan bases. I've seen him do that with Liverpool. I've seen him do that with other clubs. But right now, apparently Arsenal have one more signing that they're working on.
Wow.
I don't see it. I don't see this tweet. I'm looking at it now.
I'm trying to find it too. I don't see it either.
Maybe he's tweeted it to Arsenal fans only. Check your email.
No, I don't see.
Everyone
a
separate DM
coming from my people. I don't see it. But hey, we're gonna have to wait and see where it could be. That kid from Bournemouth. We're linked to a kid from Bournemouth, Jaden Anthony. He's a winger also. But yeah, let's go into the Chelsea Liverpool game, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Is anyone really excited for that Chelsea Liverpool game?
No, this went from the biggest game in Wembley back to back to a game that has almost no meaning. Like, I can even see your poll, does it? It's like, okay, 60-40 now, but it was like 50-50 for the whole way through. This game, brother, I see draw written all over it. Unless Mudryk does start and he does what he's supposed to do, which is score a goal on his debut. Because the second he doesn't score a goal on his debut, I know all the Arsenal fans are going to be saying all types of banter my way.
We're obsessed.
What do you think, Raj?
We're obsessed. We wanted the player. We it's kind of a little hurt. It's okay. These things happen. I'll admit it. The fan base is a little hurt. That's the reality. I thought he was signing for Arsenal. I had him marked down as a future Ballon d'Or winner at Arsenal. It is what it is.
Is this 9th
future Ballon d'Or winner?
Right? Wait, is this 9th versus 10th? Right? Egal. This is 9th versus 10th.
Yeah.
Ninth versus 8th.
8th? No, it's
No,
9th
no.
versus 10th. I
9th
think so.
versus 10th.
Wow.
It doesn't matter.
Middle
Wherever it is,
of El
it's
Citigo.
irrelevant right now.
El Citigo.
El Bantico.
I can't believe this. 2 of the biggest clubs. Wow.
Look,
Especially if we play Jorginho.
Oh, you don't have Zach. Oh, you don't have Zach. Zach is also injured. Wow.
Everyone that's injured is someone that I want in the team. We don't have one player injured that I'm like, oh, that's cool. Isn't that crazy? It's like at least have one guy I don't want.
They've got Milner and what's it? Fabinho. Fabinho is done.
They've been preaching that to me.
This is the very epitome of a mid-off. Hey, Melina. It's a proper mid-off, man. I don't know how it's come to this. I don't know how the great have fallen so far, but we are where we are. The table at this stage does not lie. At least I can say for certainty from a Liverpool perspective, the table does not lie.
Did we lose him?
We've had the odd injury here and there. Chelsea have been ravaged by injuries, but this where we are in the league right now is beyond explanation when it comes to injuries, and it's football. So but it is a bit. It feels embarrassing anyway. I had high hopes for our season, and those high hopes evaporated pretty damn quickly. Even moments when people say, you can have a result and that can turn your season around and that can show you that maybe you can be on the up. Like we beat City and it was a really good performance, and we showed that we can still, on very rare occasions, be a world-class team and do it at the highest level. And people were talking about before that City game, Van Dijk's going to lose his unbeaten Premier League record and all that kind of stuff, and City are going to embarrass us. We got through that game. We won. We beat arguably the best team in the world at that point. And then Van Dijk goes and loses his unbeaten record at home against Leeds the following week. Like, you can't make this. And
I think City deceived you, though. I think City deceived you.
Yeah. You know what I was saying about sometimes results can mask your true level. I think that was very true. And it's Chelsea, so we as Liverpool fans, we always want to beat Chelsea, and vice versa. There's no love lost between the fan bases.
Yeah, but we usually get a draw.
Yeah, I'm still going to say Liverpool win because Liverpool's my club, but
it's an early kickoff.
Yeah, it's just one that when you're in this type of form, you don't really look forward to any games. When you're winning and winning and winning, you look forward to every game.
Yeah, how not a lot of people are excited about this. I haven't been seeing the regular combined 11s. I haven't been seeing the regular the regular vitrios or
what combined 11 would you do? Like what combined?
I don't know. At this point, I don't even see the Eden Hazard Salah conversations because Liverpool fans don't even want to have those deal conversations right now. And let's be honest, Chelsea fans have bigger issues to worry about than propping up Eden Hazard right now. So it's like the two fan bases are not to themselves. They're not themselves. It's just, I'm going to say this. Liverpool going away to Chelsea and winning, I don't believe they can go and do that. Chelsea.
No, it's an Anfield.
Chelsea.
Anfield.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Chelsea going away from home to Anfield. Why did I have Chelsea?
You just flip that. Just whoever's home.
Oh my God! This whole time I thought Chelsea was at home. What the hell?
Nah, man, we're going away 12:30 in the morning. We've got to travel the day before, eat breakfast extra early. It's a piss take game.
I think maybe that's the stadium is might win Liverpool this. The stadium.
One thing we can agree on: there's no clean sheet in this game.
Yeah, there's not.
Oh, there was 3 clean sheets of our games, like 2 finals and the league run. Who has a worse record in the mornings? Every time I watch a Chelsea early game, I always just have a memory of me leaving that game sour. And I think Liverpool aren't that good at 12:30s either.
Is it?
Yeah,
many big teams are like that. Yeah, many big teams are like
that. True?
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I know Klopp's moaned about it a few times in the past, so possibly.
Yeah, but that was during the UCL. That was during the UCL, though.
Let's be honest. Klopp moans a lot. Like he moans more than Maya Jama.
What does that mean? Is Maya Jama known for moaning a lot?
Boys, incidentally, boys, help me out here for a second. I'm getting pellets in my group chat. I'm getting pellets in my group chat, yeah, and we're basically talking about Bentancur, yeah, and he's getting a bit of abuse from some of these people, and I'm trying. So they're trying to say, they said to me that Bentancur doesn't start for any of the other top 6. I said, what?
That's cap.
I said that's absolutely. I'm saying that's nonsense. I said, first of all, he definitely starts for Chelsea. Yeah.
For Liverpool, he starts.
Like, listen, I don't know. Like, you're a Chelsea fan. I don't know who's playing in your midfield specifically right now, but I know Bentancur would start in that midfield. In a midfield.
You've got Jorginho and Kovacic to compete with. That's not much.
That's what I'm saying. And Rax, like Liverpool, yeah, based on this season, there's absolutely no way Bentancur doesn't start for Liverpool, right?
No arguments.
Okay, cool. Thank you, boys. I'm not gonna push it with City, so it's fine.
For Arsenal or
should I push it with Zaka? Nah, I'll leave it.
Joking,
he doesn't start with Arsenal. He doesn't start with Man City. He starts at Man United, I think, over Eriksen.
Yeah, I'd say he'd start at United too.
Who's this?
Bentancur.
Yeah, I think he would too.
You know what? People are saying this game is just a boring draw. Is that what we're getting? Is that the vibe?
I won't put it past it, man. They want to draw. Liverpool seem to want to draw. A lot of the streamers been saying, "I'll take a draw now," and I feel the same, man. I feel if Mudryk starts, yeah, then it'll be embarrassing if he doesn't score. At least 1-1 draw. Let him get one.
Why is it embarrassing if he doesn't score? Come on.
Because, man, all that money and all that hype, all the training videos, the tattoo on the fucking neck. I've never heard of a player with a tattoo on their neck and then a tattoo above it when he crossed out.
Calm down, man. We've got Anthony and Jack who haven't been doing well.
Bro, getting a tattoo on your neck, especially in that sensitive area right there, in between your veins, you are mentally ill. Like,
Life's hard out there, man. Life's hard out there.
Like, do you understand how painful it is to get a tattoo here?
know.
Let alone get a tattoo anywhere on your neck. To get it specifically right there, you are sick in the brain. He is sick. Like, he's actually like in a good way. Like, he's sick in a good way, not in a bad way.
That.
Anyways, and what he wrote there too. Did you guys see what he wrote? He said, he said talent, crossed it off and said hard work or something like that. The guy is built different. Anyways, I'm gonna go my score prediction. Liverpool at home. You can't trust them to do anything. Chelsea are away. You can't trust them to do anything. Both teams score. Both teams score. Neither team can score more than 2 goals. So I think it's a very fair 1-1.
I won't even agree. I disagree. I agree with that, man. And it's gonna be boring as well. Watch.
I think betting odds are draw. 1-1 is the highest odds probably. Let's see who the favorites are. I'm gonna check that right now. Who do you guys think the favorite is?
Liverpool. That home. It's at Anfield.
Yeah, they just won a game technically.
Shit, bro. Liverpool were at home against friggin' other teams. Like they won?
Brighton.
Yeah, but they'll step up because it's Chelsea. They'll step up.
Okay. Score prediction from the experts is 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
And the betting odds are, if you bet for a draw, you get 3.7. If you bet for I don't know, that's pretty much it. So the highest odds are a draw.
Wait a minute. Danny Welbeck dunked on Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, how are you thinking about?
No, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. So,
stop it, man. Patrick, it's tough out here, man. Leave me alone.
Trossard has more goals against Liverpool than certain players have this season in the league. He has 4.
Wow.
That's Chelsea players, bro.
Anyways, wait, no Chelsea player has more than 4 goals in the league. Am I wrong?
I swear that one of them has 6.
Who?
Hazard scored his 5th.
Yeah, Havertz might have scored a bare goals. Anyways, let's go around. Dami, what you saying?
Maybe 2-2.
2-2?
Yeah, I think like the thing people keep saying that this is a mid-off, which it is. When two teams are equally as shit, they can reduce a lot of goals because they're both shit. And
Yeah.
if hopefully Mudryk is playing, it's true. You get the vibes. Hopefully, if Mudryk can play against Trent, I want to see him make him like surrender. That's why I want Trent to get on the floor and say, "I'm sorry."
Whoa, whoa.
Why does he have to get on the floor?
No, just get on and apologize. Yeah,
Mitoma from Brighton skinned him.
You know what it is, yeah? Everyone, the Patrick will like this. Every time Cancelo does something small or nothing, that's who I think is the best one. I think Reece James is, but then I think he's next. He always gets cooked for it. But I feel like people let Trent off for being an actual shit defender. He cannot.
Yeah, they say he's generational, but
It's Henderson's fault, apparently.
What? It's Henderson's fault that there's a throw-in on the left-hand side, and
Yeah, he should be covering that area.
Hey, yo, people, we're gonna try to get through this. Dammy gave his prediction. Patrick, what are you saying?
I think Liverpool. No,
you hate both teams. One stop you from the league, one stop you from the
I was about to say I think Liverpool are gonna win because at home. I just thought that they've got Darwin Núñez as a striker. Nah, I don't think so.
Darwin Núñez is actually.
Patrick was so disgusted with himself, he had to stop himself mid-sentence.
I know. You know what? Oh, Salah is still there. I think. Look. I think Liverpool will do it because they're at home. I think they will against big teams. I think they will. I think they'll surprise you guys. I think they're gonna do it because they're at home.
Oh, we're a big team right now.
Yeah. You are the fourth. You're the fourth big team in London right now. If you look at the table, because Arsenal is top, then Spurs, then Fulham, then okay, go. I think it's gonna be a 2-1. I think Liverpool win because of Anfield. Even though Van Dijk is missing, but I think they'll be able to win this. I think they will. Hopefully they win. To be honest, if it's the two teams, I think Liverpool need this. They need this. Liverpool need this. Like we needed the win today. We're both desperate.
I'm just gonna stop you guys there for a second. This video is brought to you by 442. I'm joking. Anyways, let's continue. What do we say? What are we saying, my guy? Jay, are you in? Sorry, Patrick. I was just trying to do a silly transition.
Oh no, Igal, I'm gonna have to jump off at 11:30 though.
No, have a good one, bro. You can jump off now. Don't worry, bro.
Okay, Grant. See you, man. Thank you very much, man.
You. We'll catch you on the next one, hopefully.
Yeah, cool, man. All the best, guys. All the best. Chelsea and Liverpool.
See you will be 8 points clear again. Don't worry.
I'll give you a follow on Twitter as well, Chachi, man.
Cool, man. I'll follow you too, man. All the best.
Kuna Matata. What are you saying, Jay? What a wonderful phrase. Jay, what are you saying? Patrick, why are you leaving?
What the fuck was that? That's so random, man. Okay, cool. Good to see you, man.
Jay, what are you saying? You're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
Chelsea, Liverpool's a tough one. Chelsea, obviously, they're going to be feeling themselves, with the new transfers and flexing and.
Well, Felix was missing the game anyway.
Felix is still. If Felix was playing, I think Chelsea would win this game. With what the attack they've got, they don't look that convincing. But Liverpool was the level that Liverpool were bad against Brighton was so spectacular. It was like that Daniel Welbeck meme. When he's in the air and he's looking like Pele. And it was like they made him look like Wele. That was what they did with the flick over the head and the Did you see that? And there was another moment in the game that he shifted the ball with his foot and had a shot and nearly scored. I was watching this game, right? And I thought, wow, these guys are making Brighton look like. Do you know what I mean? So when they're doing that now, they played Wolves then next game. They scored a fucking 30-yard goal. Apart from that, they didn't do a thing. In the whole night, not a thing. Yeah? So even then, they had a few sticky moments. They were quite lucky to actually... One, they were lucky to have a replay against Wolves.
Yeah,
and two,
the offside.
to win that game 1-0. So for me, Nunes has been missing. So the chaos merchant himself, who helps them have more chaos at the other end. For me, Joe Gomez is very inconsistent. He's almost like Eric Dyer now. He's literally at that level. It's mad. It's crazy how much he's regressed. And he makes he had a solid game against Wolves. Tick-tock. Mistake-laden game is pending. So, again, I don't think Chelsea will need to be brilliant to beat Liverpool. But I think Liverpool... I'm not sure Liverpool can be solid enough. Liverpool would have to play Bajcetic, Keita, Thiago, to win this game, in my opinion. Because I don't know what Fabinho's doing this season. So it's... to be fair, Fabinho's still got 1 or 2 games of goodwill left with me. I'm not as critical. So let's say Fabinho... You know what? It's funny. When I think about this, I can't really think of a formation that I can think that Liverpool can play, or the players that they put in where I'm confident in them to win this game. And I guess that means that I must think that Chelsea are going to win, because I can't seem to put together a scenario where I think Liverpool win this.
Jay, you're confusing me. You said all that.
I thought I was going into 110. But really, the numbers were upside down, and it was number 11. So sorry about that.
Okay. I'm done for the day. That was it. Before we go, mentally, I'm done. I'm just gonna say, big up everyone. Has everyone given their prediction on Chelsea Liverpool?
I said the 1-1 draw, man. I said 1-1 draw. I think Madrid's gonna score.
Yeah, I said.
Is Madrid gonna play?
From the predicted lineups, it says yes.
Yeah, he has.
Oh God, Modric versus Trent. This could be generational banter on the time.
That's what he said. He wants to see him on his knees.
That's why Thing said he's gonna sit down on the floor. But let me just throw some games at you guys. Let me throw some games at you guys quickly. Let me know what you guys think about these games. Just to throw some games out there. Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest wins that game. What do you guys think?
Nottingham Forest are in
Jordan Judge.
Forest are in good form at the moment.
Yeah, the Michael B. Jordan Judge.
What
do we say?
I really like Gibbs White. I liked him. I liked him at Wolves, and he fell off. That's why I'm a bit like with Liverpool fans with Curtis Jones. They should send him to the Championship. Find a team that builds around him, that's going to get promotion. That's what happened with Gibbs White, because he was completely lost after being a promising kid, and he looks really good now again.
Okay. Brighton, Leicester. Brighton surely.
Brighton are going to cook Leicester. They're going to cook them.
They're going to cook them.
If Brighton win that, boy, they're going to be hard to catch. Someone's getting sacked. Moyes or Lampard. Someone's getting sacked.
Who's getting sacked?
That is the worst, by the way.
This is the worst game.
Pat Frank is getting his P45.
Okay. Rakesh is coming out, putting people on the ass. Southampton, Aston Villa. Good evening, or the other guy?
Yeah, I think Aston Villa win this one. Well, Southampton on good form. So that's a good game.
You know what I would like to see? I would actually pay to see 4 free kicks versus Martinez from
James Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse, free kick competition versus Martinez. Let's see who comes out on top, because I feel like he's the best free kick taker and one of the best goalkeepers. The anticipation is probably Martinez after Alisson. You know what I mean? And then we go to Newcastle, Crystal Palace. Newcastle clean sheet. That's all I think. What do you guys think?
I reckon another draw for Crystal Palace.
I think it could be a draw. I thought Palace played well against United, because I thought United played well. Because United played well. Like, first 45 minutes, United were really confident, good team, and they stuck at it. And De Gea made a couple of big saves too. So That looks like a draw to me as well. I think both
Fair
teams
enough.
are in decent form.
When is Ivan Toney going to get suspended? It's January 22nd.
Bro, that's it. What are you playing them soon or something?
Yeah,
Well,
we
if you
do.
bust case,
I think we played them after the Man
I think
United
we
game.
play them next week or something.
What are we saying?
Leeds Brentford, that just sounds 1 Brentford already 2-2. The 2-2 I'm with 2-2.
2-2. Okay. Fair enough.
I see.
You know what? I think from here we're just gonna wrap up. There's not really much games else to talk about. Sakiko, Everton, West Ham, Fulham, Tottenham. We've already spoken about that.
Yeah, I think we
Arsenal,
spoke about
Man
that.
United, we already spoke about that. Wolves, Man City, we already spoke about that. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
West Ham Everton, El Sakio.
Yeah, that's what I said, but someone's got to go.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up there, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have Saeed on at 4 p.m. and I'm gonna have
There you go.
the Mandem on at 8 o'clock. That's Kaz and Faz, and then I'm also gonna have Gunnar Soul. So it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna do a combined 11
Nice.
show later on in the day. And if there's any more transfer news, I will do a video. But honestly, give me a break because it's getting ridiculous every minute. Madness. One day I did 6 Mudrick videos in one day. It was mental. Anyway, I gotta go. Anyways, I'm out here.
You gotta hold that, Igal.
Yeah.
And you
Igal.
gotta hold Trossard.
Yeah, true.
I couldn't